Hello everyone, this is Mac from Mac.live. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you step by step how easy it is to add Market Hero's opt-in form onto your website. Now, before we dive in, I'd like to discuss a few things. Now, if you want to make your opt-in form really work for you, and what I mean by work for you is if you want to have a high conversion rate, you need to make sure that you have these two things I'm going to discuss in place. Now, first of all, the copy on your landing page needs to be on point. It needs to specify clearly what the end user is going to get, and this needs to be something that is beneficial to them, okay? Secondly, you need to give away something of value, right? So you need to test, I don't know what market you're in, but you need to test and see what works. Now, in my example, I'm giving away a full WordPress course, absolutely free. Okay, and in a minute, I'll be showing you my opt-in rate and how this landing page has been performing. Okay, so let's dive in and let me show you how I managed to create this landing page. Okay, so I'm logged into my Market Hero account. So let's take a look at how my opt-in is performing. So I'm going to come over here to WP Free. Now, this is the free WordPress course that I'm giving away, which I mentioned earlier on in my intro. So let's take a look at how it's performing. So here we can see that we have 190 leads. Average 71%, and our click-through rate is 63%. So as you can see, this is very high and this is performing really good. So ideally, this is what we're trying to aim for. Okay, so let's start by creating a brand new opt-in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to streams, and then over here on the top right, I'm going to press new stream. Okay, so now it's time to drag and drop our opt-in form. So I'm going to click and drag like that. And then I'm going to click this gear icon. So this gear icon, you can look at it as the settings icon. So I'm going to click on it. Now we have all these options that we need. So you can start off by customizing the button. So I'm just going to keep things very simple here. So I'm going to choose this rounded button. So here is where you choose what you need to add on the actual button. So let's say download now. Okay, so, but this just depends on what you have on your website. Okay, right, so download now. The font size, you can increase that. And as I'm increasing here, we can see on the bottom here on the preview that the changes are taking shape in real time. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to the button styling, make it bigger like that. The background, now what I normally use here is a bright color, like an orange or something. Okay. So I'm going to be fine with that. I'm going to come over here to my width, and I'm going to increase that to say 256. Okay, so now that's nice and big. Right, so the next thing we're going to do here is to go to the templates. So I'm going to click on show templates, and then here we can choose which template you want to go with. So I'm just going to cycle through these and see which one is best for me. Okay, so once you've chosen yours, now in this case, I'm just going to choose this plain one. So I'm going to click on select template. Okay, so we've selected our template. The next thing we're going to do here is to come to the form. So this is where now, and this is very important, you need to go to your website and create a thank you page. So this is where people would go to after they have signed up on your opt-in. So here I'm just going to add this URL here and also on the bottom here. Right, so now that I have this in the place, it's time now to go into the editor and edit our pop-up. So I'm going to come over here to editor. Now this is the template that I chose earlier on, if you recall, on the templates. So this is where now you can come in and adjust your text. So here it says grow your blog traffic by 200% with our free tool, right? So you can change this to your text. So you could say become a WordPress expert, and then on the bottom here I could say free proven steps to build amazing WordPress. Okay, so see what I've done here. I've written here become a WordPress expert, like that. Free proven steps to build amazing WordPress websites, even if you don't have if you don't have technical skills. Now, of course, I've just come up with this, but the idea here is to get a headline, which is likely going to get people to sign up onto your mailing list. Okay, so now that I have this on the bottom here, you can adjust your button. So here I've got it as add me to the list. You can say access my course, this training, or let's be specific, access the free training. Okay, now that I have this in place, this is looking good. On the top here, you could say require first name or last name. Now, what I've noticed is if you add too many options on the form, it has low conversion rate. So ideally, you want to just go with your the first name and the email. So I'm going to disable the last name. Okay, so it's just two things they need to add, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. Right. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to add an action. Ideally, the reason why we're adding this is because we want every time someone signs up onto our form, we give them a tag, and later on in the funnel, if they buy, we give them a separate tag. So it's always good in the beginning to add this tag. So first thing, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to label this apply tags. Come over here to this gear icon and I'm going to add the tag. So I'm going to call this WP lead. Like that, click on it, click on save, and then I'm going to mouse over this opt-in and then just connect this to my action. Okay, so that's all I'm doing for now. Of course, when I expand this into my next tutorial, I'll be showing you how to add the email sequence and so on. Right, so now that I have these two in place, I'm going to come over here and click on publish. Right, so now this is published. So next, I'm going to click this little arrow here. I'm going to show the opt-in link. So now we can see that these are the three options that we have in order for us to embed this onto our website. So we have the embed code, the HTML code, and the integrations. So now it's time to add our button onto our website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new page on my website. So I'm going to come over here, click on new page, and we're just going to call this page opt-in test. Okay, so opt-in test. Right, so I'm not going to add any fancy designs onto this page. All we need is to show the button and show you that all this is working well. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here into this area, paste my code that I copied from Market Hero. So if I save this page and publish it, ideally we need to see the button and all the actions working. So I am going to come over here to my right. I'm going to click on publish. Right, okay, so my page is published. Now I'm going to click on view page and hopefully this should show my button. And yes, now my button is showing and it's showing right here. This works on any WordPress website, and as you can see, I haven't added any fancy code. This is just the code that I got from Market Hero, which is right here, which I then pasted onto my page. And let's now test and see what happens if I click on the button. So if I click on it, boom, this is the opt-in form that we created. And now if someone adds their name and their email address and click on access the free training, they're going to be redirected. Okay, and let me show you that. So if I go into edit stream, if we come back here, just to show you all the steps. Okay, so if someone leaves their name and email address, this is what happens. They're going to come over here and they're going to be redirected onto this thank you page. Okay, and then after that, let me just cancel this. The next step now is they're going to have a tag applied to them. Okay, and then once the tag is applied to them, they will be added onto this stream. So this is where now you get to see all the stats, how many leads, the average click-through rate, and so on. So this is where all the information comes now once your opt-in form is live. So in my opinion, this is the easiest way you can set up your opt-in form, because all you have to do is to get people to click on the button, leave their email, and then the whole marketing sequence starts taking place. Okay, so in the next video, I'll be showing you how to add the email that needs to be sent to your subscriber as soon as they've opted in. Okay, so that does it for today's tutorial. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do visit mac.live, that's mak.live, and subscribe to the mailing list. By doing so, I'll be sending you all the latest videos as soon as they are released. Until next time, thanks for watching and see you soon.